It's called the Transatlantic Trade Investment Partnership, and it's set to change the way business is done on both sides of the Atlantic. Cut to boring bastard boring me by talking boring shit. God, he was boring. Okay, the Transatlantic Trade Investment... Oh, God, I can't say it without yawning, it's so boring. It's a stroke of genius, really, if you think about it. If you want to slip something massive and sinister under the radar, just call it something really dull. They should have done it with the Death Star, really. They should have called it the fairly large grey space bollock. How can you not know what that is, Tim? It's the big round spaceship thing that... Oh, I see. How can you not know what TTIP is, Tim? You're a journalist. No, fair enough, you are a TV producer who sets the news agenda with no relevant education or qualifications. Eton isn't an education, Tim. It's a farm for rearing big-toothed, floppy-haired, port-swilling, overprivileged pricks. Just look at the Tory front bench if you want evidence of that. Or in your case, Tim, just look in the fucking mirror. Would you like me to explain what TTIP is, Tim? Would you like me to do that? As long as I don't get angry. All right, OK, I'll tell you what. Why don't I do it as if I think it's a good idea? Yeah? OK, all right, the Transatlantic Trade Investment Partnership, sexy, is this thing between the EU and the US, and it basically means, thankfully, once and for all, big business can dictate government policy. No, this isn't some left-wing conspiracy theory. It's actually happening, and it's a good thing, Tim. It basically means that a big company can ignore the law if that law stops them making money. They can sue if a particular law inhibits their profits. Laws like food safety laws, environmental protection laws, banking regulations. I mean, when have we needed those in recent history? And here is my favourite thing. The NHS has not been excluded from the deal. And the reason we don't really know too many details about this, and here's a little magic special bit of love, is that all these negotiations are happening behind closed doors. They're happening in secret. Imagine the worst people on the planet shut in a room discussing the future of the NHS. Unelected business leaders quaffing champagne, discussing, well, we don't really know what they're discussing, but I think it's safe to say they're not discussing how to make nurses' uniforms more flattering. It's crazy. And it also means that should any future government want to stop NHS privatisation, they won't be allowed to do it because they'll get sued. It's extraordinary. People think Jeremy Hunt is the one that is fucking the NHS. Trust me, he is merely the fluffer. It's big business who are lining up and lubing up. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's nothing democratic about any of this. Yeah? Mind you, it's safe to say the last time there was a major democratic event in the UK, the great British public overwhelmingly voted to entrust the Tory government with the NHS, which is a little bit, it's as sensible as cooling your balls on the wet nose of an angry Rottweiler. Should we go again? Got it? Good. Understand, Tim? All right, let's do it. It's called the Transatlantic Trade Investment Partnership.